Welcome to another Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us today on our Connection show. Each Monday we come into Studio B and have different organizations and people from the organizations come in to talk about what should be important to you going on around our viewing area. We do appreciate you joining us each week. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to talk with two individuals about something a lot of people don't really understand or probably don't know the numbers about. It's the homeless situation. We'll be back in a moment. Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence. Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Our first two guests in the studio today to talk about a count of homeless in our area. And we have Shirley Smothers and we have Travis Turner with us. Thanks for coming in today, guys. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.
Something that we probably don't talk about enough happens to do with homeless in our area, of course, across the country and across our nation. It's a major problem. Right here in Harrison, Arkansas, Boone County, and counties surrounding the area, we have problems as well. It's probably on a smaller number, but you might be surprised as to how many people are truly homeless. We're going to talk about actually a program today, and I don't totally understand it, and I'll let you guys just kind of go back and forth here. It's a count, I guess. It's called a point-in-time count, but it's a count that you do. Is it an annual thing that you do, or who you guys just jump in?
Here with the HOPE Continuum, HOPE Continuum, we do it every single year just to keep it fresh on people's minds that every year in January we're doing this count. Every other year is the year that the numbers actually count for the federal guideline information to be counted so that they can disperse funds to the different continuums throughout the country to help fund and manage some of these programs that assist with folks that are either homeless or near homeless and have things that they need assistance with.
How many counties are you doing in this? What is this?
4 counties. We're going to include 4 counties.
Okay.
Boone, Marion, Baxter, and Newton County will be in this count. That is actually our continuum of care coverage area as well. So we're going to count
for the area.
Yes, for the whole for that area.
Who's the backbone behind this whole thing? Is it HUD?
HUD.
Okay.
Yes.
So HUD is the organization or the government entity, if you will, that does this across the country. So everybody do they do it all at the same time?
Not exactly the same day. There's a time period in there. The last 10 days of January, you can do this count, and we have selected the 25th of January as our date to do the count on. So.
Okay. So why do you want to do this? Who's it help?
It helps with grant funding, for one thing. If you're receiving federal grants, then they want you to do this count in your community.
Okay.
But they use the numbers to make decisions. You know, HUD makes funding decisions based on the homeless count, and it helps individual counties and communities with different types of funding through HUD. So they need to know their numbers just like anyone else.
Okay. I could see where it's got to be very difficult to get an accurate number of homeless people. I mean, it's got to be, the sad part about this whole homeless situation is, for instance, the show we're doing right now, if people are homeless, they probably don't have a TV set, probably don't have cable or dish or direct TV or internet. So communicating with these people is very difficult, I would believe.
Oh, yes.
I mean, they just, it's touching those people, letting them know, there's help out there.
Right. And for that particular reason, it's just like I said last year, one thing, it's great to have media outlets like this television show and other, radio, newspapers, magazines, things like that to help get the word out there. But if anyone is out driving around that day, or they happen to be out in the public and they see someone sleeping under a bridge, or they see someone that clearly might be staying in their van or something of that nature. We actually have 2 call lines. Pardon me, I'm still a little under the weather with the allergies. But we've got 2 call lines set up, one in Boone County and another one over in Baxter County. So if you're in the 2 particular areas, you can do it without making a long-distance call. But we've got 2 lines that anybody can call in on. You can report as being one of the homeless individuals. You can report seeing one at a particular area, and we'll take down that information and add it to our count.
We actually do an intake. We're going to be doing an intake over the phone, and it's a simple intake of where did you sleep last night, and it kind of makes a determination as to whether that person is homeless or not. And the intake information is actually going to be put into a survey which will tabulate all of our data from the 4 counties.
So there's going to be several different, so for instance, if somebody couldn't find one of your 2 numbers, is there can they call the sheriff's department? Is there any, what other entities are involved in this thing?
Yes, we've been in contact with the sheriff's departments in all 4 counties and the local police departments, and in Boone County the hospital as well. We'll have somebody up there stationed to take information. So if they can't find our phone number, if they can't find one of our 4 locations in the 4 counties, well, there's actually more than that, but they can call any one of the sheriff's departments, and they'll be able to provide information as to who to call or where to go.
Just out of curiosity, what is considered to be accurate in these counts? I mean, you do them every year. One's a practice and one's the real thing. What's HUD? What's the government? How accurate are these counts? I mean, do you think they're?
I think they're probably a little faulted, but you know, it's hard to find people out there.
It's the best you can do under the circumstances.
Right, and you know, on the 25th we selected that day to actually do the count, and then there's a 7-day grace period afterwards in which, let's say on Friday, if we find someone that was unsheltered on Wednesday night, then we can also include them in the count. We actually have to fill the form out and put it into our survey form, but it's hard to find someone homeless on that particular day. It's like a little snapshot really of your community, and it's kind of hard to define.
Okay, so let's take the count. Let's do the count. The count is for the mathematics of the program, so to speak.
Right.
What happens after you do an intake? I'm a homeless person. You do an intake on me. Then how can you help that? What do you do after that? Where do you go with that information?
It will be, we put it in a survey form, and then the information is sent off to HUD, and that's where they take the data and go with it. So it's kind of like. But from a local standpoint, can you start helping that person? Well, you've got all these other programs. That's where I'm going on this. Right. They can make referral for services. We also are going to be handing out hygiene bags, but they will be given information on, for instance, a House of Hope. We do have some, assistance there, and we actually have some funding, some grant funding right now to help homeless people get into a home. I think it gives them 3 nights in a hotel room until they can get into a sheltered home. We've had several already. I think for families, the rapid rehousing.
Oh, that's good.
It's a grant, and it's we have 3 families I just found out today that's been helped with that, and they all get 3 nights stay in a hotel room, and then they put them into a stable environment and help them find a job and get their kids in school, and it's a great thing. So. Okay,
before I want to ask a few more questions, but I want to make sure we've covered all this. Shirley, have you got anything? Is anything else, you or Travis, about this particular thing, this event that I've missed? Did we cover anything in particular?
With the pit count, we're going to, in Boone County, we're going to have a couple of locations you can go to. One is going to be the House of Hope, which they're our anchor staple program and location here in Boone County for any assistance that might be needed.
Right.
We're trying to rebuild some old ties with other organizations in the area. There's been some changes and some folks that work down there. We're doing increased training and knowledge building with the employees and the volunteers, everyone that works down there. Shirley's helping get everybody on the right track with the information they need to know to better assist these individuals that come in, make sure everybody's met with a smile and assisted in the way that they need to be. So at the House of Hope down on East Stevenson, they can go in there from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock on the 25th, and then on the same day, it's sharing care when they do their commodities from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. They can also be counted at sharing care.
Okay.
So while they're coming to be counted for this pick count, they can also receive lunch while they're there at House of Hope. They can also receive commodities while they're at sharing care. So when they go to get counted, they're also going to be able to get help while they're there. So it's a two-part system where they participate in this program so that we can get better funding in the future to help these programs that are actually participating in the count, and as well as get immediate assistance that they might need.
Okay.
And then in Newton County, the same day, at the right next door to the Christian Food Room, which is the old retirement center that's been closed down, we're going to be in there from 10 o'clock to 2. And the same day that we're down there, they're going to be passing out commodities at the Christian Food Room. Okay. So when you come to get counted,
twofold deal.
yeah, you can get your deals there. So,
okay.
And I guess that kind of goes back to your question earlier that if you show up, yes, there's going to be additional help that can be provided to you at that time.
Now, the House of Hope, it's Monday through Friday, is that right?
Yes.
Not on the weekend. Yeah. I want to throw this out, and I know it's not particularly your area, but also on Saturdays and Sundays, I think they're feeding homeless down at the White Oak Station on Pine Street. It's part of the sharing care program.
Yes,
there.
it's called the sharing
kind of a soup kitchen, so to speak. Shirley, let's talk a little bit. We got about 4 minutes left.
Okay.
I want to talk a little bit about something you're heading up here, and that's hopefully in the future to have a place for these homeless families to go.
It's Hope Cottages, and we've been working on it for almost 2 years. It's going to be located at the old Episcopalian church grounds, so the old St. John's Daycare Center, and we're moving right along. We actually have one church signed on to support. We have the potential of a couple of more churches, and what else can we say about it? I think in 4 minutes
in 4 minutes, I mean, a short synopsis of it would be that it's going to be a 90-day transitional housing facility for homeless women with children, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through an intake process at the House of Hope. They'll receive case management. When they get into the program, it's going to be a gated community, very well kept. It'll be a very attractive, safe, clean environment for these families. Our main objective is that each of the individual cottage units, there will be 8 of them, that they'll all be adopted by a local church. We've got several different denominations that have already spoke up and said they're very interested. We've got one that has confirmed and signed on, Northville Baptist Church here in Harrison. There was a press release in the Harrison Daily Times about it recently, and we look to add 2 or 3 here in the very near future. But anyhow, we're wanting them to be the sponsors of the unit. When the mother and her children come in, we want those churchgoers to be able to be there, be present, provide the spiritual and nurturing background and hands-on experience with these families. We're not trying to force religion into any of their lives, but it's available if they so choose to accept it and become part of that.
And then when they transition out of the shelters, then they're going to be able to go and actually hopefully have a church family or some type sense of belonging in the community, because a lot of times that's what's missing with these families. Stability. They don't have any family, they don't have anyone, so that has been the goal behind having the church help sponsor it, is that they can also take a part of it. And I think it's real. We also have a great website that they can look at. It's HopeCottagesHarrison.org.
Hope
It's kind of
Cottages
backwards.
Harrison.
HopeCottagesHarrison.org.
Okay.
And that has a lot more information on it, and if they're interested in maybe even making a donation towards the project, there's a place on there where they can donate. So,
I know one thing you're trying to do, obviously, is come up with the seed money, I'll call it. You need cash up front, and then there's grant money available, but you got to come up with the cash, at least 50%, I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah, we're trying to come up with $400,000. That's our goal, and we're doing. Several of the churches that are involved are actually they've put together a finance committee, you could call it, and they're working on marketing techniques to help get the word out to the community, and they're going to help us do fundraising through their churches as well.
That's great.
And
we want it to be community driven, not through federal money.
Sure.
And we also have several opportunities for some grant funding that we're going to be looking into, so we're pretty excited about that. And people that want to donate services, goods already, I mean, they've contacted us, so I think it's going really well, and we're excited about it.
It's a big project. And
it is, and
takes
we're
a lot
really
of people,
excited.
a lot of time, and obviously a lot of money. Thank you both for coming in today. We've run out of time. We do appreciate it, and obviously all the hard work, a lot of volunteer hours that go into programs like this, and I know you both put a lot of time in on it. Homeless people in the area, I'm sure somebody out there knows somebody that is a homeless person, and you can classify it several different ways. Shirley happens to be a liaison with the school district. We got a lot of homeless children out there, but most of the time there's families. Many times could be a mother, a child, or children. But if you see somebody that's homeless, regardless, contact somebody that can help. There is help out there if you get the right information to the right people. Thank you both for coming in. We appreciate it. Good luck with all your projects there. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to talk with two ladies about the Rotary of Harrison and a big fundraiser they've got coming up.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozarks we often take for granted. At Magnus Toyota, we never underestimate the value of our customers. As a third-generation family-owned business, Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us on the show today. Our second half of the show has to do with Rotary of Harrison. Obviously, Rotary Club, the largest actually civic organization, if I can speak here, in the area. And we have two individuals here today to talk about Rotary in general and also a fundraising project. And we do appreciate Elaine Ragsdale and Julie Maxey. Thank you for both coming in today. We appreciate it, taking time out of your busy schedules, I'm sure. Maybe a little bit about, Julie was in recently, but a lot of people don't totally know what each organization probably does for the area. Let's talk a little bit about Rotary, and then we'll get into some of your projects that you're doing. Just take off anybody.
Okay.
Well, Rotary is, as you said, the largest civic club in the area, and also the oldest. It was started in 1905 here. And it's really interesting how the civic clubs in the area work together, because we each have different areas of emphasis, and that's a great advantage in the community that way. Rotary in Harrison has been a focus for many years on having a dental clinic that we run that is done through our work with Sharing Care. And so that is something that's an ongoing. We also do a lot internationally. One of the big international Rotary projects has been Polio Plus, working very hard to eradicate polio throughout the world, and that has seen great success over the years as that. We also have the ability to hook up with other organizations across the world. Another project that we do every year in Mexico is a chiropractic clinic, which we send chiropractors not only from Harrison but all across the United States into Mexico, and I think that's going on like its 15th year. So there's a lot going on. But in the last 3 years, one of the focuses we've had has been the idea of serving our community by getting a car donated throughout the community, doing all the work on it to make sure that it's really good, solid, dependable transportation for people, and then giving that to a deserving individual in the community. So our spaghetti supper that's coming up kind of has a twofold focus. One is to help raise awareness and sponsorships for the Rotary in Motion car giveaway, which Julie will talk about in a second. And then we also raise funds through that spaghetti supper for what we call our Love Fest. And our Love Fest is a meeting that we have every year that we bring many organizations throughout the community, like the Boy Scouts and Sharing Care and single parent scholarships and all that. And we give donations to them to show our support throughout the community for the other nonprofits that we have. So our spaghetti supper is a big deal to us because it helps raise a lot of funds. They go to a lot of places.
Now, you've changed the spaghetti supper dates a little bit. You used to do it on Colors Day, and I know with all the activities going on, probably that's the reason you may have decided to go with a different date. Colors Day, basketball game, all that. There's a lot of hoopla, and sometimes the focus gets lost. So you've gone to a different date.
We did.
Excellent.
This year it's February the 7th, which is on a Tuesday. We've always tried to hit Colors Day, and sometimes Colors Day is really early in the year. And this year was one of those years, and so it was hard for us to get around and ready. Last year we ended up with having bad weather on the day we were going to have it, and we moved it to a Tuesday. And honestly, our attendance was better, And our members and volunteers seem to like it better too, as opposed to trying to cram it in on a Friday night when they had other things. Our parents that have kids in school love the fact it's not on Colors Day, because they were torn between trying to help with the spaghetti supper and running back and forth to take pictures of their kids that were involved in all the activities. Right. So we're excited. This year it's on Tuesday night, February the 7th, and we'll be serving from 4:30 to 7:30 at the high school commons.
In the commons area. Yeah.
And one thing to keep in mind too, we'll have a drive-through as always through K-Life, so you can pick up your meal on the way home.
Actually, two locations.
Two locations. You can eat in at the high school or through the drive-through at K-Life.
Well, that's
so,
nice.
And $6
for a spaghetti dinner.
For a spaghetti dinner.
Can't beat that.
And
Now,
it's delicious.
I don't even want to know who's got the spaghetti recipe for this, because they would probably lie to us, but I'm sure it's an old recipe.
It
really is.
It is.
You guys are not taking this out of the can, are you?
No, it is homemade.
We are not.
It's delicious.
And I'll tell you, it's kind of interesting. We have our recipe, and the school cooks it for us.
Okay.
They've done that the last 2 years. We used to cook it all ourselves, and we
Right.
figured out, we need to make sure that the real people that know what they're doing do it. But it is really good. They do a good job. And you can buy tickets through any Rotarians. We all have them.
Okay.
You can also just buy at the door or through the drive-through. Just kind of whip around
So
it.
if you forget to buy a ticket ahead of time, don't worry about it. Just go up there. They'll have
That's
spaghetti
right.
going all
Absolutely.
directions
From
up there.
4:30 to
really
7:30.
do.
And
Yes.
it's actually this spaghetti, they say the sauce, if you've got a white shirt on, don't worry, it won't be attracted to that spaghetti sauce like I always have a problem with. Have you ever noticed that when you eat spaghetti?
Absolutely.
If you have
Yeah.
something light on, you try to eat the spaghetti real carefully, and somehow you look down when you get
swings. Something swings and gets
Or you
over
get
it.
home and you go, oh my goodness. Yeah.
And it's spaghetti. We've got garlic bread with that. We've got coleslaw that goes with it, and cookies as well.
wow.
So all that for $6. Yeah,
And a drink.
And
Yeah.
a drink.
Oh.
If you're eating in, there's a drink with it.
Great
included
value.
With it.
That's great value. It's always
It is.
spaghetti dinner. The Rotary's been doing this forever. I don't know how many years you've been doing it, but they have it every year. It is a big fundraiser for them, and some of the things that Lane has just talked about, and we're going to talk a couple more I want to ask them about, but they do so much for the community, and so much of this money stays right here in this in the area, so your money is well spent. It goes to a lot of projects.
All this money raised through this stays right in our area.
It's local.
You do like scholarships too.
We do. For a number of years, we have done scholarships. Primarily to North Arkansas College, because again, we want to keep our money local here. And what we really look for are students that may be falling through the cracks for other scholarship programs, that may be the few $100s that we divvy up among the people. That few $100s to that student may make the difference in whether or not.
Make a huge difference.
And also that they know that the people in the community are rooting for them. We want them to go on. We want them to get their education, and we're on their side.
Well, it's a twofold thing. Really, you're not only helping the children, but the community college here is part of the community.
Absolutely.
And if we can keep those kids here, they can get their associate degree or get 2 years out of the way and go on to a 4-year or any more. You can do it online so much.
You can here.
And North Ark's done a great job of partnering with other colleges and like UCA and Tech, and they do a great job of partnering.
And one of the things that we've done too with the college that has been not specifically through Rotary, but we help in that is all of the students coming out of Harrison now actually fill out like they're applying to college to get over that hump about what do I do, what do I do. So we think that, combined with the encouragement that we can give by providing some financial support, is a great way to take those people again that may be falling through the cracks on what they want to do next, or might not be available to other types of financial support, that we can help move them to the next step.
Another
dictionaries.
Yes, I was just going to bring that up. We all of the third graders in Harrison and surrounding communities are given a dictionary and a ruler. And that has been just a terrific project, and the children really look forward to that.
That's very
and that makes education important.
It does.
Starting at the lower levels.
Their names are stamped
in
the dictionary, and oftentimes we hear that's the only time they've ever owned a book of their own.
Wow.
And as we all know, as you continue in life, that ability to read and have an interest in learning goes a long ways, again, to take you to the next step.
Reading is actually the #1 thing, in my
Absolutely.
opinion. If you can read and write, you can make it a long way in life. You know, reading is not only the reading part, but the communications part of it, learning to communicate properly and so forth. So reading is very important.
Absolutely.
I want to touch just a moment on the clinic that you do, the dental clinic. I've heard so much through the years of how many people that couldn't afford to go to a dentist, didn't have insurance, obviously, these people that are needing this, and couldn't afford it. And many of the local dentists, area dentists, say that contribute their time to this. I've even heard stories where maybe they couldn't do it right there, but they said, well, you know, you need some help, so just come on to my office and I'll take care of it.
Absolutely.
I mean, really, that's a community effort.
It is. It is.
And I do a lot of volunteering there, and it's just amazing what happens there, and the condition of the teeth.
Oh, sure.
That people have, and that we're taking away pain and you know, toxic things in their bodies.
And the pride itself of just having nice teeth.
Oh, absolutely.
You know.
And what they do is through Sharing Care, they sign up, and that's how we get
That's
our
why you get
potential patients.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We've been doing that since 2005,
so you've been doing it a long
I think.
time, I know.
Yeah, so you know, you're thinking
Once a month.
going in 12 years.
That's a long time.
And huge support from the area dentists.
Oh, absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah.
And volunteers.
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 Yeah.
Always got to have those volunteers. Obviously, if somebody wanted to join Rotary, you can you meet.
We meet Thursdays at noon at Western Sizzler.
Western Sizzler.
Yeah, we meet Thursdays at noon. And actually, you can go to Rotary.org, which is our International Rotary. You can plug in if you're interested, and one of us will contact you or contact us. And
Or drop
we'd like
in.
to drop in.
Go as a guest and see if you like it.
Right.
Yes.
That's
We do.
fantastic.
It's 12 to 1. Your meals, you eat while the program and stuff is going on. And we learn so many interesting things because our program every week focuses on either an aspect of our region, an aspect of need in the community, or just learning. You know, occasionally there's something like fly fishing, or you know, just really interesting. So it's a great way to make new friends and to network and to really pour yourself out into the community. Our motto is service above self, and we live that.
That's good.
And it's business and community-oriented people that
are
want
part of it.
to
all
serve.
walks of life.
Yeah,
So.
it is.
2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, I was new to the community, and I joined Rotary right away, and it truly made a difference as far as how I met people, and that branched out to other things.
It's always good to-
And
so
we
it's
put it
like
to
a
work
newcomer
right
club too. Yeah, exactly.
That's
yeah. So anyway, it's a wonderful organization.
We've got about 2 minutes left. I want to touch real quick, if you would, maybe, Judy, just for a moment, about the Rotary in Motion thing. You still need a car.
We still need a car.
Okay.
We still need donations to help purchase a car, or if someone has a car that's in good condition that would like to donate, we can bring it up to date, and you know, if it needs new tires, we'll get that taken care of through donations as well. And it is so important to have a vehicle here. If you have to go to the grocery store, medical, a job, maybe without a car you can't have a job. It's life-changing to a person or family to have a vehicle. Imagine yourself without a vehicle.
Well, and I know the last 2 years, this is the third year that they've done this, and the last 2 years they've really touched people that needed a car and much needed a car, and we won't get into the details of the previous, but somebody that doesn't have an automobile, that has children they got to take around, or has a job and they can't get to their job, it'd be a great thing. So if you know of somebody out there that has a vehicle that they'd like to donate, it would be tax deductible. They're a 501c organization, so it would be totally tax deductible. And if you know of somebody that maybe has a car, they don't need it anymore, it'd be a great contribution to Rotary. And
if they know somebody, a deserving individual in the community that they think this would be a good program for them, we'll be taking applications for that also, because we'll give the car away.
That's right. We definitely want to find the right person.
Exactly.
Thank you both for coming in today. We've run out of time. We do appreciate it so much. Rotary of Harrison, we went on and on and on and talked about all the different projects that they do, all the people they touch. And don't forget about the spaghetti supper. Now, if you like good spaghetti, this is a great place. Tuesday, February the 7th, it'll be at the Harrison High School Commons area for $6. You can't beat it. If you don't have time to go in and eat, just drive through K-Life. You don't even need to get a ticket ahead of time. They'll have plenty of spaghetti, and it goes to right here in Harrison area. So we do appreciate both of you being.
All right.
Thank you, Julie.
for your
Blaine,
time.
good to see
Thank
you. Thank you
Yeah.
both for coming in.
All right.
And thanks for all your hard work and
Thanks for having
volunteering
us.
hours. We
Yes,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Thanks for joining us on Connection Day. We hope you got some information that perhaps you didn't know about. We'll see you again next time.